Fran, can you firstly provide us with a squad update? Any injuries or unavailable players for the weekend?
Yes, we got Amy Gallagher recovering, so it's unlikely that she will be fit to play. And then we got Maria McAneny and Abby Cusack, one of our academy players. The rest are all fit to play.
Good. Just turning to the sort of start of the season so far in the league, 6 wins out of six, maximum points, goal difference of plus 32. Just how pleased are you with the way the campaign has kicked off?
Yeah, I think it's been fantastic so far. Not only obviously the how clinical we've been in front of goal for most of the games, not the last two necessarily, but before that. But especially pleasing to see that the team is still yet to concede a goal, and that's obviously credit to not only to the defenders or the goalkeeper, but obviously the pressing we do from the front and the limited opportunities that we give to the opponent because of how aggressive and how well organized we've been so far. So, obviously, as a coach, very, very pleased. But obviously, we keep reminding the player we haven't achieved anything. We are in a good place. We are in a good form. But take each game and make sure every game is a little bit better. But yeah, very, very pleased.
Obviously, Glasgow women coming up now have been having a bit of a difficult start to the season, bottom of the table without any points. Is this perhaps a chance for you to implement a bit of squad rotation, give some minutes to the girls who haven't featured as much this season?
The problem is this year we have, it's not really a problem, but we have a very, very big squad and very talented squad. So if you see the games before, we've left some senior top players, sometimes a new sub. So it's very difficult to give minutes to maybe younger players, etc. So what we've done this year is whoever earned it during the week will play regardless of the opponent. We treat every game like it's the last game of the season, and we don't mind who the opponent is. So this week is going to be the same. It will be rotation because in every week some players are performing better, some players are performing a little bit worse. There are some players that are a little bit more tired because they got more minutes. Some has been traveling because of the international. So obviously we have all of this into consideration, but the most important thing is we need to be fair. We need to reward hard work in training, and we need to try to get the 3 points and to play a good game. So with all this in consideration, I think it could be a few changes, but it will be based on what the girls have earned on the pitch, on the training.
There was obviously no competitive game this weekend past. Was that frustrating in a sense that you want to keep the momentum going when things are going so well, or was it a nice chance to refresh, regroup, focus on things in training ahead of a busy period coming up?
Yeah, if you ask the players, probably they like, especially the one that go with the national teams. I know how important for a football player is to represent their country. For me personally, as a coach of Celtic Football Club, obviously I don't enjoy international breaks. I like to be playing the league every single week. And what we've done is, we carry on normal week. So we arrange a friendly against a championship team. We went to England to play a championship without our international players, and it was actually a very competitive game, something that potentially get us close to the highest level that we can face in Scotland, and that without our international players. So it was a great test. I thought obviously we won mention the result because that was the agreement with them, but it was a dominant performance, and some of our young players actually have a lot of minutes and a great performance. So for us, has been a normal week, exactly normal week. The only difference is obviously a friendly, you will never get the same adrenaline level that a competitive game, but it was a good test for us. So yeah, they didn't have they saw for it wasn't, and the reason is exactly what you mentioned. We want that momentum that we are having to keep. So obviously the less disruptions within is the better. So hopefully it works. We will see on Sunday.
Thanks, Fran. Just finally from me, obviously a few of the girls have been off on international duty. Just how pleasing was it for you to see them get this international recognition?
I'm very proud. I'm very proud of every player that represent the country, but especially proud for the players that we got many that they represent the country for first time since they are Celtic players. That make us extremely proud, and that's a credit to everyone, to even from the board that help us to do this great recruitment, to the coaches that develop them, to the teammates that help them to get there. Is a credit to the whole football club, and for me it's extra pleasing. And of course, when you then make a great impact. For example, Claire just qualified for the World Cup, a massive achievement. Clarissa in 2 games, 1 assist, and in the next game, her first goal. This, as a coach, it made you very, very proud. As proud as the big wins in big games. For me, that's one of the reasons why we are here, and it's especially pleasing to see that. Hopefully in the next weeks and months, we will see more players doing exactly the same.
The first time a Celtic manager is probably going to ever been asked this question, but will you be disappointed that if you don't hit double figures at the weekend?
No, we are not thinking about double figures. Of course, it's a team that has struggled to settle into there is no secret about that, to settle in the new division. They went promoted late, and also they lost a few key players to other teams. So at this moment in time, they are not very strong. I think they will get stronger when they get more familiar with the division, maybe with a couple of recruitments. At this moment in time, obviously, the tables say that they're the weakest team in the division. But if we underestimate them, if we go to the game thinking that we are going to beat them 10-0 or 12-0, probably it's going to be a frustrating game, and probably we are not going to play at our best, which for us, is the most important thing. So no, I won't be disappointed if we don't hit double figures. If we play a great game, we keep the clean sheet and we get the 3 points, I would be delighted. But you have seen us many times before. When we score a goal, we got one objective, and it's score the next one in any game. So it will be the same on Sunday.
Yeah, it's not been disrespectful to the opponent, but Rangers did win 14-0. Even Partick Thistle almost reached double figures against them. So surely this is a chance for us to just sort of get ahead.
It broke a little bit, David, but I think I understood the question. Yeah, definitely goal difference is something that it could be important, but I don't think it will be so important this year as it was previous years, and that's because of the split. So we are gonna, if we qualify when the split happened in the top 6, hopefully we will play top 6 teams another twice. So I think with so many games between the top 3 and teams like Hearts, Hibs, Spartans, whoever managed to qualify, I think teams will drop points. I think goal difference could not be a factor. But of course, go top of the league now is irrelevant for the final, but it's a good signing off. The team is doing well so far. So we will try to score as many goals as possible. But of course, the 3 points and the clean sheets for us is a priority.
I saw Sky Sports did an interview with you ahead of the Partick Thistle Cup game. Is their involvement in the SPWL going to be really good for us this season?
I hope so. I mean, it was great. Obviously, the Sposa is a big platform. It's a big support for us. It's a big commitment in terms of years. So I think it's a very, very positive thing. I think we all should fight to try to get the women game in Scotland into a much higher level. I think this is a good step, but still, obviously, as you know, I'm Spanish. The type of crowd that we've shown. I mean, you have later Pam here. You can ask her about teams like Barcelona, the crowds that they get, or even in England, the crowds that they are getting. I think we can do much better, but I think it's a great step. So hopefully, it's good for us. But I will, encourage every single Scottish fan of any single team to just go and watch their women teams and get full stadiums.
Did you watch Rangers games against Benfica in the Champions League? They were quite competitive.
I watch both games. I think Benfica is a very experienced team, and it's a team with amazing finances. They got a lot of quality, so it was difficult. But yeah, I agree. Rangers were in the game in both games, and it was I think that was a positive thing for Scottish football. Probably the level in Scotland, outside Scotland, people might think that is not great, but we proved it last year playing against Levante. They were asking for the final whistle. So this year it's been close. So I think Scottish football is in a much better place than some people outside of Scotland might think.
On Clarissa's goal and getting picked for the Canadian team, obviously that's a very high standard, being Olympic champions, but she hadn't had any recognition internationally, any age group before that. So how much credit is that towards Celtic, yourself and the other coaching staff in helping develop her in such a short period of time?
Yeah, I mean, First, the credit is to her, of course, because she wouldn't be picked if she wouldn't have the start of the season. We provide the tools, and we provide the tools for the club. Provide this amazing environment, professional environment. Then the coaching provide our tactical environment, our elite environment, development environment. But then it's up to the player to get the best from the situation with work rate, with commitment, with how they deal with the setbacks. So Clarissa is one example, great example, because obviously Canada is one of the best teams in the world, Olympic champions. But you have other examples, Kelly Clark, you have Natalie Ross, Lisa Robertson, so players that they've been here for so many years and they got the recognition while playing for us. For me, this, and obviously Jacinta in precision with Australia, being only 20. So obviously for me, that made me very, very proud. And it's credit, of course, to the football club. Celtic is a great club in terms of developing players. First, because they provide the finances to be able to sign this talent. At times, it's a little bit raw talent. If you see the numbers of even Charlie Wellings, the year before, 4 goals scored and 40 goals, sold her for a record fee. So yeah, this is something we love to do. We love to develop players. We love to develop the team, but more important is to develop the individual player and the individual person. So when somebody is recognized internationally, I think we are all very, very proud. But the credit is always to the player, because the tools are there for everyone and not everyone plays for the national team. So it's up to them to take the opportunity.
That goal was very similar to the one she scored against Rangers in the Cup last year.
Yeah, similar, to be fair. This is a typical Clarissa goal. She got an incredible pace. Balls that you think she will never get there, opponents think she will never get there, and she gets there. So yeah, it's one of her strengths, and when the teammate know, then you know where to put the ball. So yeah, it's delighted for her that she scored that goal.